This is your deluxe edition bonus tracks.
Boys, it's time for the deluxe edition. Here we are. I was so taken aback by that Ice-T interview.
Oh yeah, they leave an impression on you.
It was an excellent impression.
I'm really glad that we didn't ask him what his character's name is on SVU, because I bet he wouldn't know. I bet he would have no idea.
Let's find out, because my parents seriously have probably know more about Ice-T
Ring your
than
mom
I do.
up.
Yes.
Mom, what's Ice-T's name on SVU?
Oh, his name's Detective Black.
We've talked.
No, it's not, Mom.
Detective.
Well, that's
Black.
what we call him.
Guess what his name is? It's Odafin Fin Tutola. I love that.
Those aren't even words. What are you saying?
Odafin Finn. They just call him Finn. Really?
Finn.
Odafin
Tutola.
Mm-hmm. Odafin
All
Tutola.
right.
What a guy, though. You know, to go from like, yo, I'm in a hardcore band. Now I'm in NWA. I'm fronting rap, and then I own my own rap place. I own my own my rap place. I own my own
rap
label.
place.
I own my own
That's
label.
what they call it.
Anyway,
No, you're right. They call it a rap place.
Anyway, I'm bored. Time to go into 9 seasons of a well-loved show.
Right. Time to be on a perennial procedural that will never be canceled.
Never be canceled.
2,000 spin-offs, and that probably pays him. You know what? Let's look it up.
It is universally relevant. It's timeless.
Ice-T,
Everyone loves a
salary.
good fucking crime show. It really is timeless.
It's sort of, I mean, I've only seen like maybe 3 episodes of SVU in my life, and it was usually if you're like in a waiting room somewhere. But
it's up there with like Grey's Anatomy, where it's problem
it
solving.
says ripped from the headlines, and it usually is a crime that just happened in the real world,
right.
And they kind of just steal it and do it on their show.
Yeah, and they do sort of vague, not really appropriate likenesses of things that they've read on the internet, where it might be, this guy's a fucking computer nerd. He likes watching weird porn with that.
Oh yeah, where it'll be something like, oh, I know this. This is called anime. It's all about titties covered with octopus tentacles.
Octopus tentacles.
I do a
Get it covered in
Ice-T
piss.
impression.
Mine sounds a bit like Billy Joe Armstrong, where it's got it covered in piss.
Piss. Do you remember the Ice-T meme generator that was going around for a while?
Oh,
which was
jeez.
like the fake drug names?
No.
Okay, let me find one.
Okay, I find one. Ice-T meme
Ice-T
generator.
memes.
Oh no, wait. There's a thing called a meme generator, and then you can just add your text to it. Anyway, this is the after show where we just search for stuff on the internet.
So so we just look at the internet. So one of them says, turns out that joint was laced with cat litter and soy sauce. Kids are calling it Brown Christmas.
Try another one.
They make these kids dress and act like robots. Messes them up so bad they think they're from the future.
Is that a quote?
No, it's just stuff people have made up because it's close enough.
Okay, link me.
I just
see this
Googled
generator.
Ice-T memes and looked at image search.
Oh, okay. I had no idea. I thought it was like a thing you could type in.
Here's one. Oh my God. Final semester, scumbag teacher tells him he's got to finger a stork on a webcam if he wants to graduate.
Here's a good one. They glued pubic hair to his face and told him he was the wolf man. Not only a wolf man, but the wolf man. You are the wolf man.
Lab found traces of cocaine in sourdough. They call it sweet chowder. It's a drug soup from Baltimore.
They made him fight a newborn baby. Told him it was his own younger self, time traveling from the past, trying to take away his birthday.
Jesus Christ.
These are great. Perps go by Kendra and J-Test. They take amusing topics and drug them up. Next thing they know, they're on a list on PGP.
Oh my God.
This is silly. Anyway.
Anywho.
Let's talk to the Noise Boys. Noise Boys.
I got another one.
Okay.
Toxicology says she OD'd on some new narcotic called toilet brittle. It's made from trail mix and hand lotion. Toilet brittle.
Toilet brittle
All right.
sounds like if you were to take the scum off the side of the inside of the toilet bowl. Forgotten my English. If in a very unwashed toilet and just, I don't know, sprinkle that
Sure.
in some toffee.
I'm closing that browser because I would do that for an hour. I did look it up. On season 17, I can't believe the show's been on for like 23 seasons.
Oh yeah. People have lived and
Mariska
died.
Hargitay makes $500,000 per episode, and
Oh, mammy.
there's no information about how much Ice-T is paid.
We don't know how much
But he's
Ice-T
worth
is paid.
$40 million.
He's worth $40 million.
$40 million fucking dollars.
Is it weird that I would have thought it might have even been a little more? But good for him.
Once you get into those numbers, it's kind of hard to imagine what's a lot and what's not a lot. like if you've got 38 million, do you wish you had 50?
Right, exactly.
I don't know.
I don't know. I just asked for a cool couple of mil. That would be nice if someone wanted to give that to me. And
If
I'll make
one of the Noise Boys is secretly a billionaire.
That could happen. You boys have made me laugh hard over the last year, and I've just found out that I won't be around to see another year.
Oh, don't say it, old grandpa.
In this blessed time, I've set aside little money to keep you going. Make sure to spend it on the noise hole. Yeah, that's what we'll fucking do.
What if we got an inheritance, a $5 million inheritance for the noise hole, but it stipulated that all of it had to be spent on the noise hole?
Well, what the fuck would we do at that
What
point?
would we, what, after we bought all of Prince's guitars, what else would we do?
I guess that's all we'd really be able to upgrade. Get some nice mics. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's like if someone said, "Okay, how would you spend $10 million?" I don't fucking know. I don't know at all. I don't want a bigger house. My car gets me from A to B. I would feel stupid with a guitar that costs more than $2,000. You know, even like $2,000 for a guitar is still crazy in my mind.
The reason it's not crazy to me is just because I know that is the upper level of high quality before you get into absurdity.
Yep.
And so it doesn't make me think, oh my God, this should never cost this much.
No,
I just
no,
accept
I
it
agree.
as a fact.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. What I mean is that I'm not downplaying the absolute quality you would get with a guitar, like the workmanship that someone would put into it. I could never justify spending that much because I don't even think I play good enough to justify a $2,000 guitar.
I don't think it even gets into that because honestly, the truth, the difference between $1,000 and a $2,000 guitar is usually the materials used.
Right.
It's not really going to affect the playability or even possibly even the look of it. It's more about knowing.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the most you spent on a guitar?
Personally, the most I've ever laid out for one guitar. Let's see. Let's look behind me on the wall of guitars. I have 3 guitars that are worth about $550 each.
Right.
New.
Yeah.
And then one of them's worth about $1,000 now if I were to sell it.
Which one's that?
My Music Master Strat.
Yeah.
And my bass, my Music Master Stingray, was a gift from my wife, and it was $1,300 before tax.
And that's a bass.
And
go ahead.
To give that story some weight, she bought that when we were dead fucking broke. Dead broke.
And she was just squaring away money to like surprise you.
She took on like an extra job.
Oh God.
Because she wanted so badly for me to have my object of desire.
And you would, a guitar for me? This guitar? How can we afford guitar?
We had that conversation where I was like, I have a really hard time accepting this, but I also know that I have to accept it, but I need to at least vocalize how weird it is that this is like what I make in a month.
Right.
and now it's an orange bass guitar that I have to look at and think about how you suffered and sacrificed for. I mean, it was months and months.
How did
she
that make
saved.
you feel? Like you had to go, you take it in, and she watches you play it, and how did it play?
Oh, it plays beautifully. I mean, the reason she bought it is it was the one that I would go to Guitar Center on the weekend and play
And just
for an
take a round
hour,
on. Yeah.
and then put it down and go, "I'll never own you, guitar." And at the time, I fancied myself more of a bass player than a guitar player, so that was like my trajectory.
Yeah.
It was a piece of advice I had gotten from a smart guitar man that I knew
Right.
back in my hometown that said, really, really, really good guitar players are a dime a dozen, but decent bass players are hard to find. So I was like, oh.
That might be a little different these days. Although it depends on what bands are kind of looking for, I suppose. No one really cared about the bassist during the grunge years, and certainly not during kind of the new metal years or anything like that.
Yeah, and it was also very, very, very simplified. And nowadays, I mean, I'd be shocked if there's a real bass being recorded on a song.
Well, you would
It's
be more
probably all
shocked to
MIDI.
surprised that it does happen quite often. And I think bass, much like in the 80s and 70s, has kind of almost taken center stage again, because it's more about the beat and the rhythm than it ever was. I don't think kids are necessarily impressed by guitar chops quite the same. You know what I mean?
I would. Okay, so we were talking about this before we started recording. We were talking about Les Claypool for a bit. What? Who is the bass? Who are the bass players that stick out in your mind as having special sauce that other bass players lack?
Me personally, I don't know.
You're number one.
Let's talk my number one bassist.
No, I was just saying you personally. You're the best one you know.
Oh yeah, it's me. Of course it's me. Have you heard my bass playing? It's magnificent. I don't know. Let's take Cliff Burton as an example. What do you think?
Okay.
I don't think he necessarily had that point because when people go, "Hey, he's a good bass player," it's usually someone going doing almost like disco stuff, right?
Right.
But I mean, Cliff was all over the fucking fretboard, man, when everyone else was just chugging E. I mean, we've talked about that time and time again.
Did he played mostly? Did he play frequently distorted?
Yes. And the story goes that James and Lars went to this club to watch a band of Cliff's play. I think the band was called Panic. That's probably wrong. Either James fronted a band called Panic or Cliff was in a band called Panic. And they were just sitting. Okay. They were just sitting and drinking, man, and just talking. And they hear this fucking guitar solo going off. And they look up, and it's Cliff. And he's doing it on a fucking bass. He's doing all this finger tapping and weird shit. And so they just go right up to him and they're like, "Hey, we need you to be in the band." And so they tell another guy called Ron McGovney to get the fuck out. Yeah. We got this great new band called Metallica. It's going places. We're going to go to New York. And we're going to stay there for a month and be homeless just to record our first album. You in? We're going to go to superstardom. You're going to die. And then we're going to elevate ourselves.
I'm Dutch.
I'm a Dutch pansy tennis player.
I'm a little pansy Dutch boy. Sorry,
I'm
still
in.
Sounding like Ice-T. It's me. Yes,
I'm in.
The funny thing to me about Cliff Burton playing distorted is it removes the low end from the bass, which seemed to be their goal from that point forward, was to make sure there was no bass.
I don't know. I guess my question is he considered a good bass player? Probably not. Probably not.
You don't think so?
Bass circles. No, he was a little sloppy. He was creative and inventive, and he was one hell of a writer. But he was one hell of a writer. As far as like bass heads go, I don't know, man. Like, it's never been my primary instrument. I've never studied it a whole lot.
My problem with thinking of good bass players is that you can almost only go, well, who was the showiest? And then if they're very showy, it's not usually a great mix for the song.
I mean, it's like how drummers are referring to guys like Vinny Colaiuta, these session drummers. I would say the same is for bassists. There's probably a million fucking session bassists that they could refer to when they're talking about greatest bassists. They're never the guys that are up the front like going on their bass
And
guitars and
that
people going,
rarely has a place in a song. And so if you're asking me about like a bass line or more so a rhythm section, a tight rhythm section, it's usually going to be old funk for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
and it's baked
like-
into the song. It's baked into the style. It's not showboating. People they think of showboating guitarists, but they don't think of showboating bassists. And there's never a cut in a song that's specifically for the bass to show off, you know?
Yeah, I think if it's something like, She's a Brick House or something. Bing, 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 bong, 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 boing, bong, bong, bong.
Yeah.
I fucking love that shit, man. I will listen to 70s soul and funk and even some disco if it's got that driving, tight rhythm section, unbelievably clean. Like it's almost a different instrument. It's not the bass that I think of from my youth, which is this muddy low end. It is this
Right.
tight poppy instrument that almost sounds like, one thing they really did a lot in funk was that the bass would like only hit the note on a bass drum beat, or vice versa. The drummer would hit the bass drum every time the bass played a note.
Yeah.
And it made it sound like one big rhythm machine.
Right.
I fucking love that stuff.
I feel like a lot of it was kind of one note, though, wasn't it? It was all the same vibe. It all kind of had the same kind of. It was the same feeling, right? It was like
it's all octaves.
It was like party music of the time.
It's a lot of like boom bang boom bang boom bang bang boom bang 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 boom. Like it's a lot of that stuff, but it's still, I don't know. It still make you want to get up and shake your ass.
It's not a genre. Shake your ass. It's not a genre where I have like 50 albums or like 7 albums of one band, and I'm like, okay,
oh no,
that's the completionist.
Unfortunately, for me, it's mostly one-hit wonders.
Yeah, one-hit wonders or the Bar-Kays. There's probably a bunch of stuff you can start collecting. I like that.
70s funk and soul for me is like the one band and the one song they had, and you never know anything else they ever did, unless it's like Parliament
or like Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah, someone huge like that, they're gonna have a lot of hits. But like, it's like I was listening to Parliament in my car a couple of days ago, and thinking about how the song "We Want the Funk."
Yeah,
it's one verse and it's a 6.5 minute song, and there's only like 3 lines in it. We want the funk, gotta have the funk. Right. We want the funk, give up the funk, and then. Tear the roof off the mother, tear the roof off the mother sucker. Tear the roof off the sucker. Like it's just, it's almost Beck. Yeah. And I'm obviously I've got that backwards because Beck is like them, but it's like just pieces. I've taken pieces and I've arranged them. Right. And it goes on for a very long time, and you could dance and or fuck to it.
Do you want to dance? No. Do you want to fuck? No.
Absolutely.
Then you'll hate this music.
You will hate funk.
You will
hate
funk.
it. It's not for you.
Eat, dance, fuck, repeat, sleep, repeat.
That's the life I'm living in this 1977 world.
In this gazebo that I'm standing under in the 70s. As the
70s
lights hit.
Funk hits. Let's see how many of these I love. Jungle Boogie. Amazing song.
Jungle Boogie.
70s funk hits.
Love Roller Coaster, not a fan.
Brick House,
love
Commodores.
It. Oh, that's the Commodores though. So they've got like 30 great songs.
I didn't know it was the Commodores that did Brick House. Of course, don't stop till you get enough.
This reminds me, I can tell you my favorite bass line on the planet.
Go on then.
And it is Sir Duke by Stevie Wonder.
Oh, sure. You hear that everywhere as well, don't you?
It's fucking great.
I would have to say my favorite bass line is probably I can't forget not in love anymore. As a very famous fucking chill song. I love the little bit of clean guitar that goes with it. Always associate that song with like coolness and sleekness and just a calm collectedness, and kind of.
then, God, what did Eminem sample that for something?
No, it wasn't Eminem. It's one of your favorite songs. What are you talking about?
What was it?
Regulate.
Oh, it's Regulate. That's right. I love that song.
And Regulate turns it into something that's still chill as fuck, man. Where, you can be kind of driving around maybe an industrial area at night.
You can be
and there's
acting
no one
out
there.
the song.
Yeah, you could.
You're picking up whores.
You're picking up whores who are being disrespectful to your friend.
And then your friend gets held up at gunpoint, and you murder all the people that bother him.
Wait, did it end in murder? I just remember
Yeah, 100%.
I just remember there being a substantial disagreement, and someone pulled out a gun to de-escalate the situation.
I pull out my strap and lay these busters down. Let's see. What does he say? I let my gat explode. Now I'm getting my mind back into freak mode.
Let's see. Regulate.
I've done all my murders for the night, so it's time to get back into my previous amorous position.
It was a clear black night. A very visible incandescent moon. Warren G is currently upon the pavement, trying to digest some skirts for the eve. Trying to consume some skirts for the eve?
He's trying to make an amorous
Let's go through this
with a local woman.
Right. He is trying to charm a young lady into coordinating some sort of sexual coalescence with him.
Right.
But he's, or as he puts it, so he can get some funk. But I like this. I like the scene. It's a little foggy outside. It's a quiet, empty evening. He's rolling in my ride. He's chilling all alone. Where's the LBC?
Quiet. It's only the sound of his engine, you know?
But he is on a mission. He is steadfast in his desire to find one Mr. Warren G.
Oh, because he knows that his chances are going to double, if not raise exponentially,
if he meets
for making
Mr.
this
Warren
lady
G?
connection.
Right.
If he can find Mr. Warren G.
All of you hoes know what's up with 213.
Now, that's their area code. It means these ladies, they know that where I'm from, we're quite adept at sexual relations.
Even though at first listen, this is incomprehensible fucking gibberish. You take a good look at it. And it's poetry. It really is poetry in motion. Seeing a car full of girls ain't no need to tweak. No, as in no need to freak out if I see a car full of girls.
Yeah, I
know where I'm going. I'm off to meet Warren. He's going to gladly introduce me to some provocative-looking hoes.
But now here's where things take a turn for the worse, because while I've got my mind on this conquest, this sexual conquest that I'm been just amped up for all night.
Yes.
Well, a car pulls up next to me, and everyone in that car is brandishing weapons.
But there's some.
What do I say? I'm fucked.
What do you say?
I'm fucked. That's all I can say.
I don't think I can repeat most of this paragraph.
No, those are parts you don't say there.
Right.
The other thing is, he's still trying to look cool for the ladies. See, these hoes peeping me, I'm a glide and swerve.
Well, so what does he mean by glide and swerve? Like
his car, he's taking evasive action.
I was about to say, he's demonstrating a lack of safety protocol when driving.
Well, Dave, that's classic fight or flight. You're going to have to reduce your momentary safety for your long-term survival.
Your longevity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. If you're gonna be able to continue to contribute to the gene pool, you've got to make it past this night.
Then Warren G is teaching me a very, very timely lesson.
Now, there are repercussions for his actions, because you notice that these bitches looking so hard, they straight hit the curb. The car is involved in a minor accident, it seems.
So he, in an act of that might well have served him in the long term, has indeed damaged his property short term. But
yeah, and it's hard to tell which vehicle we're talking about. It could be his, it could be theirs. Though it seems as the next verse takes place that he's getting jacked, he's breaking himself. He can't believe they're taking Warren's wealth. He's seeing himself be made the cuckold of these men. They are putting him on the ground, holding him at gunpoint, removing his rings, removing his watch, taking his very dignity along with his personal possessions.
Right in front of the hose he so desires to impress.
And
It's
at
all
this
gone.
point, he's got to be wondering, is there any chance to regain my status with these hoes?
Right.
Now that
And-
they have seen me
Well, does
in this
he
state.
does he succeed in this quest?
He's
Let's
he's in a
continue.
subordinate position, but let's continue. They've got my homie hemmed up, and they all around. Now here we've switched to the perspective of Nate Dogg. They've got my homie hemmed up, and they all around.
Ain't
Ain't none of them seeing if they go in straight pound for pound. Now, this is an escalation. Going straight pound for pound. This is going to be eye for an eye.
Yeah.
They die, we die. It's the violence inherent in the 90s inner city lifestyle, which has total disregard for fairness or any sort of justice. It's more about what you do to me, I do to you, and that cycle of violence continues in perpetuity.
Because one might think that one can seize the day by meeting violence with violence and an eye for an eye, but no. Vengeance resows itself into the situation, and it doesn't leave. It's not a binary thing where it switches off immediately once someone feels like they've had the upper hand. With enough persons involved, it does indeed just become a never-ending cycle.
It's an endless cycle,
Yeah.
a self-feeding machine, a reciprocating cycle.
Mhm.
It's also systemic in the treatment of police, of inner city youth of that time. You're basically victimizing the victim. You are placing a child in a war zone situation,
Yeah.
and then incarcerating them when they try to survive by adapting the same lifestyle that they see played out in front of them by their elders. And
Right.
there's really no way to fault them, but there's also not a clear solution.
Right. So
So it's touchy. It's a rough situation to be in.
it
Now,
really
here's
is.
where
Given-
things for our protagonist take a turn, though.
Right.
Because Nate, his friend, has decided, I will take it upon myself, having remembered to bring my loaded firearm with me tonight on my nighttime drive, where I may have been looking for my own hose,
Mhm.
or possibly been looking for Mr. Warren G. That I am well equipped to respond in kind and pull out my strap and lay them busters down.
Well, if we could revert back to an earlier mention here, one of them mentions that they both of them have to regulate, and when you mentioned that there is an escalation, that suggests that they're de-escalating. That would be what regulate.
And
means in
this is where you
circumstance.
get into the mentality of these inner city teens of the time, because they're probably 18, 19, maybe 20 at this point.
Right.
They think they are equaling the playing field. They think they are presenting a sort of universal or cosmic justice just by participating in the same act that they found so abhorrent to begin with.
Yeah.
You step to me with gun violence? Well, the way that I will solve this problem is with gun violence.
With gun violence. Yes.
It's heartbreaking.
Well, it is very becoming for one to step up to one's fears, and indeed, as we become the thing that we fear in a sense. We take the trauma from our childhood, and like the kid that bares his teeth in the darkness to become the monster that he so fears, sometimes one needs to turn the barrel around and point it in the other direction. Because
It's an act of desperation. It is control has been taken from me.
yes,
I have been made to literally lay on the ground as everything I have of value, perhaps in my life, is
Right.
being taken away. Also,
forcibly removed in an instant.
and they might also be the items that allow me to feel that perhaps I'm rising up from my lowly upbringing, that perhaps this watch says to the world that I've made some money, or
And
these
so-
rings say to the world that
No-
I've climbed up status.
Not only are these being removed from my person, but they bring me down to a lower level again as I have to bring out my piece, almost in shame, because it is not where I want to be. I do want to elevate.
But here is where Nate Dogg has the upper hand, perhaps the higher ground, or perhaps he's approaching from an unseen angle.
Right.
He's counted his bullets, 16 in the clip and 1 in the hole. Nate Dogg is about to make some bodies turn cold. Now, that's a cold statement. That's a young man saying, the only choice for me to save my friend is multiple homicides.
Right.
Which he partakes in willingly. They're dropping and yelling. It's a tad bit late. Nate Dogg and Warren G had to regulate. Now, here's the part that I find heartwarming in this, just horrible cavalcade of violence, is that he gives Warren, his friend, credit for being part of the regulation, when, in fact, it was Warren, face down on the pavement, ringless, watchless, gunless, who was saved by his homie Nate Dogg.
Right. And you don't think that could be him sort of a sharing of shoulders, so to speak, with the guilt that's placed upon him, the shame in having to do so, the shame in seeing himself in such an act when indeed he wanted to elevate. But if he can level some of the blame for this recourse on his friend, then perhaps he can justify it a little better.
See, and mind. That's the duality there is shocking, because whereas they may celebrate publicly the acts of this night, I do expect that in their alone time, in their clear black night with the clear white moon, they really would be contemplating, what have I done? What have I become? Am I any better than those that would do
Am
this
I just
violence
repeating
to me?
the cycle?
Am I, and then you have to also wonder, in my display of power, was I truly powerless? Was there another way, or was I simply a cog in this machine of racism and violence and poverty?
Do I have control over my own life? Do I have sentience, or am I just
is free will, or am I going down an unchangeable path?
Right. And so let's continue. Let's take a look at this final act.
Victorious, I laid all them busters down. I let my gat explode instantly. Now I'm switching my mind back into freak mode.
Right.
He thinks this is merely a roadblock in the evening's pursuit. I've simply had a detour in which I've committed multiple homicides.
Right.
The streets are flowing with the blood of the young, but that's for another day to worry about. I have to concentrate on my previous goal. It may be the blood
of the young, but the young eat the young, and tonight is young indeed. In itself.
Certainly.
Yeah.
So, if you skirts want to sit back and observe, I just left a gang of hoes over there on the curb. I feel like he's either reclaiming the women that he initially was pursuing, or possibly combining them with another group. It's possible that these two young men are now taking on 3, 4, 5 hoes apiece.
So they've reconvened their hoes and combined them into what could be described as a gelatinous body of hoes.
A gaggle of hoes.
Yeah.
A coalescing of freaks.
Right.
If you will. And then Warren G has he wants to give his friend credit for his acts here, but rather than saying thank you for saving my life, he says, now Nate got the freaks and that's a known fact. Before I got jacked, I was on the same track.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to normalize the evening, because there's an easy way that this escalates to such a point that they are truly adrenaline fueled, heart pumping, remorseful, terrified, worried of action from the police, or possibly the friends of these people that they've just murdered. But he says, no, back up, because it's on. NATE and me, the Warren to the G. We had a plan. We had a goal. We set out
Mm-hmm.
We set out to achieve something, and despite where the evening has taken us, we are not going to let that control.
Let this be a small step in the evening. Let us minimize, and let us hope that the world minimizes with us. For our own sight is our perception of the world, and if we perceive this to be but a stepping stone towards our goal, perhaps the world will follow suit.
So it
And
is
we
these
can
two
live
young
in
men
willful
trying to
ignorance.
write their own destiny. They're
Right.
trying to be the narrators of their story and not
Yes.
let their story be dictated to them.
Correct.
So just like I thought they were in the same spot in need of some desperate help, these women seem to be having car trouble. Possibly these are the women that hit the curb because they were so enamored with Nate Dogg and Warren G as they drove by that they were unable to keep their eyes on the road, keep their hands at 10 and 2. And so they're in trouble. But Nate Dogg and the G child were in need of something else. This is where we get into a sexual quid pro quo. You need a ride. Well, I need what's between your thighs.
Right.
There's a way that we can help each other out, but you may have to debase yourself sexually in order to get to your next destination. I'm willing.
Via his automobile.
Yeah, I'm willing to facilitate.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't offer this assistance for free.
We do live in a world that is highly transactional. It's almost unnatural in how that plays. Certainly, it goes against the grain of nature in general, but it is a sign of how manufactured a lot of our base interactions are in our everyday lives. And this
It
is
also
a
says
sorry
a lot-
reflection of that.
It also says a lot about how these young men have been either through upbringing or through exposure to society or possibly even television and music and other media, the image that they've built of themselves of women's bodies as a commodity to be traded for favors is indicative of a almost Neanderthal-like approach to women, their bodies, to sexuality,
Right.
to the intermingling of love and sex. It's all very separate for them. It's a commodity to be traded, and they've identified the price, which is a ride, for a ride.
Right. And
to-
so, but in giving that, in considering that it's not a high level transaction, there are not a whole lot of details. In a way, they are perhaps returning to nature, returning to normalcy. They are no longer domesticating themselves.
And our next line shows the opposite side of the coin. One of those dames was sexy as hell. I said, "Oh, I like your size." She said, "My car's broke down and you seem real nice. Would you let me ride?" She knows what the price for that ride is going to be.
Mhm.
Perhaps she's even exerting control over her own situation
I
by
think so.
saying, I'm a sexually liberated woman, and I know what I want, I know what he wants, and I don't have any hang-ups about what it's going to take for both of us to be satisfied.
And let's not let modern societal norms shame us into doing otherwise. We will grasp for and hopefully succeed in gaining the desires that we hold deep within us, regardless
Certainly.
of how society might view us and what is indeed wrong with seizing the moment. If I wish to sexually liberate myself in return for a transport to another location, then that is my choice and that is mine alone, and I will take my dignity and I will take it instead. Because
and regarding your previous point, they've already seen these men in a display of power. Whereas you might say they're being provoked by fear of these gun-toting young men, they may actually be responding to a more animalistic desire to be with the strongest possible mate.
Correct. Yeah.
So who says someone's being taken advantage of here? It's a matter of perspective. Nate finishes the line, "I got a car full of girls and it's going real swell. The next stop is the East Side Motel." Now,
Yes.
obviously, he's got a choice here. It could be go to my house, go to your house, but they pick a third location, a place where everyone is going to be free of prying eyes, free of the views of the public, free of the views of their family, free of society's limitations on what they can do with their bodies.
Absolutely. And no one maintains a sort of authoritative status quo because through it, perhaps through the act taking place in one of their homes. Given how, as a society, we are given the power to control our own homes. Instead, we meet up in a place that is independent from all that.
It's a declaration of independence.
Yes.
It's a declaration of an emergence into adulthood, an emergence into autonomy, and a reclamation of my identity and my body. I choose this transaction. I choose this sexual event. I choose the location.
And the real lesson is that dignity is subjective, and it is a modern human construct. And why must we play within this box when we can roam free?
Don't project your definition of dignity on me, and don't try and deride me or belittle me for my actions when I'm going in it with eyes open.
When I am fully aware and I have made the choice myself, at this point, I am fully in control. And your concepts of dignity do not matter to me. They do not. And I think that is a very, very strong message.
So there are, and the rest of the song is just talking about G-Funk and smoking weed, so we can probably skip that part. But there's a multitude of sort of intermingled messages here about the cycle of violence, the cycle of poverty, the life of an inner city youth, and the attempt to rise above that, but only through human connection.
Mm-hmm.
This song is deeply about friendship. It's deeply about sexual desire and perpetuating a connection with another human being, albeit possibly for only one night.
Right.
I think it's about trying to keep your head above water in a situation where you don't necessarily see a way out, so you look for a short-term glimmer of hope and normalcy and control,
and
peppered with a vast sea of circumstances that you can't escape.
And we are given that hope, Joel, at the end of the song, when through these lyrics, if you smoke like I smoke, then you're high like every day, suggesting that we too can be like him. And also,
it's an aspirational goal, certainly.
Yeah. And also, let it be known that you can rest easy tonight, knowing that if your ass is a buster, then 213 will regulate. You've always got someone watching over you.
It's almost to say that in this uncertainty and in this chaos that we find ourselves in, you don't have to be as vigilant and aware and sort of ready to fight as we are, because we are taking on that role for you as a civic duty.
Yes.
We're placing ourselves between you and the chaos so that you may just smoke like I smoke. You may get high every day.
Right. Rest
and
your weary
I
head.
will be the one to regulate.
Let this be a source of comfort for you.
Yeah, sleep well under that clear white moon, knowing that 213 is on the streets. A vigilant and watchful, almost a Dark Knight-esque figure that can be the, simultaneous hero and villain that this neighborhood needs. The person willing to do the dirty work, the person willing to do the unseemly things that must be done to survive.
Mm-hmm.
But enjoy your marijuana cigarette.
Yes. And
we'll stand between you and all of that.
We will continue to try and be a shining example of not only aspiration, but a shining example of following in the lead and breaking the cycle of violence on violence. Let us be
One
the
can
ones
only hope.
that Let us be the ones that can make violence only a footnote in the evening, as the song details, and let it slowly disappear as the sun rises and we make our way into the morning and the new light.
That's beautiful. I think it's a message for the ages. It's a hero's journey. It's not a clear black and white portrayal of life. It's got a lot of gray areas. It's got nuance, subtlety.
It really is a tale of love both lost and gained, respect gained, dignity maintained against the odds of the prying eyes of society. And I think this is a great time to end this, actually.
I think so. And I think this sort of treatise that we've stumbled into here is something that could be used academically, but also applied directly to one's own life, your daily activities. You need
Yes.
you need to observe the lives of the men presented in this song and think, how am I like these men? How am I unlike these men? And how through their example can I better myself?
How can I learn through the ordeal that they have undertaken?
And not have to undertake it myself. Exactly. And how
Exactly. Not only did they undertake such an ordeal, but they have transcripted it. They have placed the lessons that they have learned into song for us to seek and find and follow and to lead by example. And so I think it would be, we talk about dignity in this podcast, but I think it would be ultimately disrespectful to ignore the message that they've given to us and to really not progress as human beings and to contribute to society for the betterment.
to allow their sacrifices to be in vain would be foolhardy, disrespectful,
churlish.
unconscionable.
Yes.
So, and as we all know, almost as a button on this story, Nate Dogg did not die of gun violence. He did not die the life in the street.
Mhm.
He passed in 2007
Right.
from medical issues.
Right.
So it's certainly young for his age. Certainly an early and unfortunate demise. But it's almost as if to say, by regulating, by heeding my warning, you may escape the cycle of violence and hopefully live to a ripe old age.
Right.
But not meet a untimely fate in the streets of Los Angeles.
Yet, through his example, he hopes ultimately to continue to contribute, even in his passing, I think, with such a message. And so, thank you, Nate Dogg, and thank you, Mr. Warren G.
For Nathaniel Dogg, Warren G.
For allowing us
our hats off to you. Kudos all around.
Yeah, I think.
Well, I think that's a perfect place to wrap up this little mini TED talk about regulators and how they regulate.
We've chipped that one right out of the bunker, and it's ready to enter the par 3 course of living.
Put a bow on it. Tie it up.
Put
it under the tree.
Noise Boys,
it's ready to go.
We thank you very much for listening to us this evening. We hope you've gained sort of at least a little something.
Perspective, I would hope.
Mainly, from our delve into the message of this song. And
it's good.
I feel enriched.
It's a song that has been with me for 25 years, probably. So it's a lot to unpack, and it's a lot to unload all at once. Feel free to listen to this, multiple times to really get the message. But by all means, take in that message. Apply it to your life.
I'm just glad to be a vessel You know,
For understanding, for knowledge,
It-
for wisdom.
for the message to be carried through to other people. I'm just happy to funnel it. That's all I
As
do. I'm a
yeah,
messenger.
as it was relayed to me through song, might I relay it to you through speech?
Through this thesis. Yes.
Exactly.
Through this undertaking that we've taken today. And so, with academic fervor, we sail into the night, and we say thank you, Noise Boys, for listening in today.
Thank you all. Thank you for your
very much.
support. Thank you for your Patreonage. Hope you enjoyed it. Your bonus tracks extended edition. Bye.
Have a good night.